I'm about to epoxy the floor.
You like you record people or what you trying to do out of there?
Nothing, probably just some content probably. I might record, maybe. I don't want people to come to the crib to record though, but I might just, you know what I'm saying, have a little setup or something.
Yeah, I seen you were doing the interviews too, like last year I seen you interview Raj and Crazo, I think.
Yeah, we were in the studio. As I said, I'm tired of renting from other people. So I was like, man, I might as well, because the internet was all messed up and it messed up a lot of stuff. So we had to put it on hold for real, but we back this shit though, for sure.
That's where I was kind of at with it. Just like we're building this place, just kind of having somewhere where it's like you don't need, it's just bare minimum. Yeah. But just somewhere just to create and shit. And it was even like somewhere to link up with the homies and
hell yeah,
shit like that. Yeah, my boy Modern, he actually like started a show too, and he rents out studios. Yeah. But I see it kind of it affects how many episodes you do. Yeah. Because you might want to do a couple episodes a week, but you don't have the money to rent that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. Like, the whole idea of the studio was to do the interviews in the studio. You know what I mean? But, like, every time I had a studio with Bink, and Bink is, like, next door, and you hear him banging beats and stuff, all the vibrations, because he has, like, a whole sound system in the studio. Like, that shit is crazy. And, like, I'll be interviewing the niggas, then they get off track, like, yo, this shit hard, man. I gotta have this beat, man, 'cause they know that's him. And that shit throw off the interview and stuff. And then we got a whole session across from me, a whole studio session. So we gotta be kind of quiet and at the same time. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a lot of people there at one time. So
yeah, it sounds a little. Also, me too. I'm like, I try to like, I don't hang out in here. Yeah. I don't just do bullshit. I like keep it just working here. Because you ever heard, like, that's why, I think you told me this, that's why they say not to just hang out in your room. Yeah. Because your brain gets accustomed to doing certain things in certain places. Yeah. So if you just, that's what you're saying, yeah. Like, if you hang out in your room, it'll be hard to sleep in there when it's time to sleep.
Hell
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, welcome to the Off-World Podcast. Thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Thank you guys for tapping in. I'm sitting here with DJ DC is based out of Chesapeake.
Yeah, Chesapeake, yep.
Is the official DJ for 103 Jams. Is Rick G's on there too?
Yeah, Rick G's.
Who is that?
Is Rick G's is still up there? You said who is he or?
Yeah, it's just is he like he's older era than you, or is he?
Yeah, he's older than me.
Okay.
He's been up there for when the Buddha Brothers were on air. I mean, out here in this area. So he's Pusha T's DJ. Well, he was Pusha T's DJ at one time. And so yeah, he's a big deal, man. He was at the studio I was in. Yeah. Music Theory Studios, man. They're a very dope studio too, man. Y'all gotta if you're on the area, check them out.
Where's like 103 James ran out of?
It's in Norfolk.
Okay.
It's in Norfolk. Right by Norfolk State. Yeah, right, like literally right up the street.
Yeah. Before we like kind of get into like who you are and all that, like what are your thoughts or kind of like the role of a radio DJ right now? What's the difference between that and somebody who just travels on tours, being a DJ like on shows and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Radio is pretty much every day for me. I mean, but like we reach a lot of different people that you might not think that they were even here. You know what I'm saying? Because we tap in with people who just truck drivers that drive through the city and all they do is listen to the radio. Kids, of course. But we touch a lot of different people. And touring is pretty much, I mean, it's like traveling to me, but you're still DJing. I mean, you're still doing your same set. I mean, you're still traveling. That's what I think. I mean, it's no really difference except you're getting paid to travel. That's it. And do what you love is DJing. I mean, but you're doing a set. But for example, Rick G's, he was Pusha T DJ. He traveled around the world, but he also picked up gigs and stuff like, you know what I mean, across the country and shit like that. And that shit is hard. I mean, there's perks in both. I mean, being a tour DJ and a radio DJ, I would say.
Yeah. I was thinking too, like, you know how in the beginning of hip hop, like the DJ was forefront. Yeah. And then people say kind of like the DJ fell off, you know what I'm saying? But I was thinking earlier, I was just driving, I was like, I guess maybe it's different with the social media era, but pre-social media, I guess the DJs kind of were still like the main ones because that's who's breaking the music on the radio.
Yeah,
that's
at the end of the day, no matter how big you get, artists too, I mean, they're always gonna rely on us. I mean, the DJs to spin their records and to get it out there. Social media can do so much, but we're actually out there seeing the reaction of people when we play and stuff like that. When we get the reaction we want, then that's how you know it's really a hit. I mean, of course you have fans. For example, if you did music, your fan base is huge. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go everywhere you go. But we also, for example, the radio, we tap into people who maybe never heard of you before, but you're really big on the internet. I mean, you're gonna have to come to us eventually. I mean, that's what I tell artists too. I mean, they can be cool. Like, yeah, I got the internet buzz, and I'm like, okay, it ain't got to me yet, so it ain't did nothing yet. That's how I feel.
That's interesting. Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Who's some of your DJs that inspire you? For me, like I don't know if you've seen the Get Down.
Yeah,
I got hip to. I think it was Kool Herc who actually I think he put the two turntables together. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Because he was the reason I was inspired by it is I told you I'm an electrician too. Yeah. So he was an electrician. So he used that. Yeah, he put hard. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody you look to like that that inspires you?
I just look. I say Kid Capri. Just his style of DJ and his control of the crowd and stuff like that. I would consider myself a club DJ also because I've been DJing the club since I've pretty much started DJing. So I like people who can rock, you know what I'm saying, and actually take you on a musical journey. And Jazzy Jeff does that, and he still rock the crowd. And Kid Capri, those are my top two, I would say.
Yeah.
DJs who I look up to.
Yeah. So how'd you get into this? Like, can you tell us a little bit just about like childhood life coming up and ultimately?
Starting off, I was like any other person downloading music off Shazam.
Yeah, you fuck with LimeWire?
LimeWire too. Shazam, LimeWire, all that. I used to download music and stuff like that, and I used to sell the CDs.
How old were you when you did that?
I was in probably 10th grade, 10th, 11th grade. I would sell CDs and stuff like that. Then I would, I guess like a party came, right? Like somebody decided to throw like a party in the backyard. So then, of course, when you throw a party, you need music. And, of course, I had all the music, you know what I mean, because I was selling CDs.
Came with the flip book.
Yeah, I had the flip book and the 5-disc changer. The joint, it was my pops. And he had speakers, too, so I brought those out there. And then, like, he just kind of went through the music while I was there. And then people were getting mad because, you know, it's like a long pause. I don't know if you had CD changers before. Yeah. There's a long pause when you go to the next song instead of, like, especially if it's spinning and it goes to another CD and stuff. So there's a long pause. So the music's loud and there's a long pause of me going to the next song and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I might push it like 3 times on accident, and then they'll play some of the song and then cut off, and everybody like, no, go back, and then go to the next song.
Yeah.
They're like, no, then they blame me. You know what I'm saying? So the next day, that actually happened. In school, at the backyard party, and then so the next day at school, people was joking me like, "Yo, what the fuck, you messed up the party, blah blah blah." The worst DJ ever. I wasn't even a DJ. I wouldn't consider myself a DJ, but they say I was like the worst DJ ever. But
yeah,
I kind of ran with that shit.
Did you like figure out to do something in between those pauses, or?
Nah, that was my first time doing that. Okay. Like I thought that's how I'd never used that shit before ever.
I mean, like, did you do more parties like that, or?
Oh, hell no. I figured shit out. I went to other parties and start looking up equipment and stuff like that and going to the team parties, hollering at the DJs and stuff like that and seeing what kind of equipment they got. And then I think at the time I was working at Walmart somewhere, probably Walmart, and I saved my money and I brought turntables and I ended up buying the Serato and learning how to DJ and shit.
Was this still in 10th grade?
This was probably me about to graduate.
Okay.
About to graduate, 12th grade. I finally got all the stuff, saved up the money, and figured it out. And then when I was in college, I went to TCC for a little bit, and I ended up linking with Jacket Spade's sister. And that's how me and Jacket Spade ended up linking up. And he ended up giving me some music. And then he gave me a whole bunch of shit, like a lot. So I was in my room just practicing that shit.
So you just like random music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I was buying records and stuff, and like trying to blend them and stuff like that. But there was like, that's like the old way to me when I was growing up. Like, that's just like for old niggas who do use records and shit like that and DJ like that. And Jack and Spade hooked me up. Know what I mean? It was history from then. I was in my room nonstop practicing this stuff until I got into a club.
What made you want to do it like originally though? In like 10th grade, going to the parties? Like
nothing. I always liked music. I mean, I was in a band. Okay. I mean, music's been in my blood, bro. Like, so it was easy.
What are some?
It was fun.
What are some like big differences you see now with just trying to get your name out there? You know what I'm saying? Doing live events. Like what's some things that kind of still are the same, and maybe some things that changed?
None really changed. I mean, it's still the concept of rocking a party. It's things that change is, I mean, I think maybe the venues and I guess the unexperienced maybe because it's so easy to do.
Of the venue or
no? As far as DJing now, like anybody can get turntables now. Like it's easy to get and it work the same way. And I think that kind of ruined the unexperience instead of like working way up to get better, but you're literally getting better inside one of the best venues out here. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like like it's saying that you're a piano player. So for example, you're a piano player, and then you get booked. Somebody else calls out, they can't do it, and they find somebody, and who else has a piano, and they're playing in one of the biggest venues, but they have pianos though, but motherfuckers don't know the difference of somebody who's good and who's not.
Like the average person.
Yeah, they can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, twing, tung. They're like, I know that's fine. He playing, but somebody will freak that joint on the piano like, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that to me. I mean, it's
I get mediocrity is kind of pushed a little more.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with that, but then again, there's nowhere for them to even start. Like nobody's throwing parties out here no more like that. Like me, I had example. I DJ block parties and stuff. Then I worked my way to the club. I went to the biggest club out here. Then to the biggest club, I ended up getting on the radio. And like, there's no steps for them really to get better.
And then
except in the club. So it's not nobody who's, that's what I think. That's my opinion.
And then people just want to be the greatest on first day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like with social media, it's like we all kind of see the end result of people's careers and the highlights and stuff. So it's like everybody kind of just wants that instant gratification that I'm the best already and I just started. They don't want to, it's like, it's cool to be like, at the beginning of your journey, you gonna suck in the beginning. You gonna be learning shit, figuring shit out, and it's like that's the beauty in it when you can look back and see like how far you came.
Exactly.
Like,
there's none like that. I mean, there's nothing better than that. I mean, even a success story from that. Know what I'm saying, from you starting. Even this, he's starting here, and all of a sudden you got a fucking national syndicated podcast. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like if you gonna have a picture of her sitting on the couch, and they be like, "Wow, you remember when we was right here and DC came through?" It's gonna be the same way,
2 years
bro.
from now,
like,
she got like 3 assistants.
Yeah,
her, like,
and she running this shit. She yelling at people like, "Yo, why is the camera not pointing? The way it's supposed to be pointed, and why is it? All that stuff." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the success story that I think people really get to have because they're hopping right. They want to be, like you say, the best. They want to be exactly where the best is at. They don't want to work their way up to be the best. That's my thing on that.
Yeah, so for you, okay, so you burning illegal music in 10th grade, putting it on CDs, selling it, you know what I'm saying? So you said you doing that, you get the turntable, the official joint, senior year.
Yeah, I worked at fucking McDonald's.
Working at McDonald's. Yeah. Then you meet Jack and Spade once you graduated, or you said when you were in college?
I'm in college, and I meet Jack and Spade. He ends up giving me music. My ass drops out of fucking college because I'm doing parties and stuff now, private parties and stuff, and I'm making way more money.
Oh, so right there you seeing like, okay, I can take this further.
And I'm like, hold on now, like I'm fucking working at McDonald's doing this, and I'm getting paid this. And I'm just like doing like maybe 5-7 people parties, backyard parties, garage parties, and stuff like that. And I'm getting paid to do this almost every week now. And I'm getting paid more than fucking McDonald's. Like, why the fuck am I doing this shit? So then I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and try it. Tried it. And then I just got better and better at it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I ended up linking with a promoter. I ain't know nothing about that. I just knew that I don't even know how the hell we ended up linking, but ended up linking with a promoter who those parties and stuff. Somebody told me who it was. I was like, shit, I mean, a party, like, he talking about a party, like one of those I used to go to. Yeah, like I do that. Parties? Yeah, like a house party. Yeah. No, this was like an organized party, like they'll find a building and somebody will throw a party. This was like probably the first one I did. So I did that. I ended up doing that for free, actually, just to get the experience of my belt. Yeah, my first one. Rock that motherfucker, because like the same people who I did the house parties with, guess where they followed me? To that party, because they knew I was DJing. Same time, I'm building my fan base while I'm working my way up, still building my fan base. So they follow me they followed me everywhere I went.
Were you thinking like this at the time? Like, I
was just doing this shit for fun, bro, and niggas was fucking with me. Know what I mean? So from there, got a little bigger, and I'm saying my name started getting out there. My name's on flyers now. We're passing them out, doing all the groundwork, passing out flyers, going to the malls and stuff. This is before like the malls were like all fucked up.
It was the place to be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Before we met on Instagram, we met at the mall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. We did.
Not me and you. I'm talking about like people. Like we meet up on Instagram online and shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Now we do Instagram now.
Meet at the mall?
Yeah, that shit is like weird now. But I mean, it is what it is. It's futuristic shit. But yeah, did that. Shout out to my homie Deshaun. They were the gift and the curse. They would like wear a dance group and they do parties and stuff like that. So they had all the girls and stuff coming. So it was a lot of girls. And when there's girls, the guys come. So
that's the cheat code. Get the girls like
that's it. Yeah. That's it. Get the girls, man. That's what the key was for me, because I did a little segment where I played like nothing but slow music, and dudes love that shit, yo. Yeah. In the club, in the middle of a party, yo, playing slow music, yo, like that. There's nothing better than that. Especially when you like a pajama party. Like, come on now. I guess that, like,
what was them joints called? I used to have the phone parties.
All that stuff when they used to wear bikinis and stuff. Like, you like, come on, bro. Like, you was little fucking horn dogs, bro. That shit was love.
Yeah. Where did DC come from? Are you from DC?
No, that's my name. I got that a lot too, and that's another thing too that helped too, because when I was doing college parties, when I started doing the college parties, a lot of people from DC. They thought I was from DC, and I was the only DJ playing go-go, which is. I was the only one playing go-go in the club, yeah. Especially in the urban clubs and stuff. I was doing it at the college parties because they were there to play, but I used to do it in like the urban joints too, like out here, like the hood joints. So then people thought I was from DC, so the college people used to follow me to like the clubs out here. You know what I'm saying? From the college parties to the clubs, they all followed me because I played. I mean, that shit.
What's the college scene like right now? Because I was just listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and they were talking about comedy in college. Because you know how comedians used to do, like, they'll do tours and hit college campuses and stuff like that. He's like, they kind of stopped doing that because he's like, college kids are like so politically correct now, and so like you can't even tell jokes around them. He's like, is there a difference with the college scene right now when it comes to music and shit like that?
Not really, man. I one thing I missed. It's been like 2 years because COVID was like last year, all the year, and then not last year. Was it 2020?
I guess has it been 2 years for COVID now?
It's been like 2 years, yeah. Because this is So 2020, in the middle of it, school starting up. Then they start calling everybody back, and then last year was all the way to like the summer again. Yeah, so about a year. But like I haven't. So I'll say 2 years. In the past 2 years, I haven't seen anybody like come up. Usually there's always a DJ that comes up.
Like a new DJ?
Yeah, a new DJ that comes in as a freshman and works his way up, and then he starts doing all the parties and stuff like that. Same thing with artists, man. Usually there's an artist that goes to that maybe in in college that got a buzz or something like that. The last person was probably Run It Up Taj. That was probably the last person who had a song going crazy, and then the college people was fucking with it. You know what I mean? And you could see the reaction of them and it growing through them and then getting bigger. So that's probably the last person, man. That's what I missed though about it, and that's what's different to me right now. Other than that, they said the comedy stuff because they're
talking about like comedians, how like how just
people are sensitive, bro.
Yeah, people are sensitive now. Yeah.
They're sensitive as hell. So I mean, I don't see exactly. I mean, unless they want to sign something, they're like, look, we gonna talk about what the fuck we want. If y'all don't want us there, then it is what it is. There's other colleges that will do it.
Yeah.
If not, then guess what? I'll do a show out there, book a venue, and then have all them come to my shit, and y'all won't get nothing.
Not on the campus.
Yeah, off of campus. It'll be good.
Yeah.
So either way, I mean, it's good for them.
So you did the first party for free. You end up getting paid for the parties, and so how do you get to the radio? You know what I'm saying? Were you always on 103 Jam?
No, I was doing. My homie DJ Boz had it was pretty much a podcast, but it was internet radio.
It's like
they started a joint. It's called Worldwide Radio. They started that joint. That was kind of like my podcast. You know what I'm saying? I called it Nasty Time Radio because it was me, Tisha D. I think it was Just Ruski up there. It was DJ Two Step, Mastermind, RP to him, and I might be missing somebody else, but it was a whole bunch of stuff up there, just wilding out, talking about shit. And like people were actually, we used to like promote it on social media before people really was promoting on social media.
Yeah, what year was this?
Damn, I don't know. I gotta look at a picture, but it was a while ago. I still actually have the picture. I might bring it up. But I had like a mic. It was hooked up to a computer, and we used to meet up at this spot to do our show. We only had like 3 mics, so we used to turn up loud so everybody was like, but they could hear us though. People used to actually click on the app and then they could hear us, and that shit was crazy. That was like fun as shit.
And this was only available online?
Yeah, it was only online. That's it. And like just us doing that, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? And people wanted to be a part of that, so they tuned in, and people would be at work listening and stuff like that, and that shit was lit. We used to be on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's it. We used to be up there talking shit. Everybody was young, so there was probably people working at like McDonald's and stuff like that.
Why y'all working at McDonald's?
No, yeah, while they were working at McDonald's, they used to tune in and stuff, and like fast food joints that people really would take serious. You know what I'm saying?
Temporary jobs.
Yeah, temporary jobs, just to have a job. And there were people who just weren't doing shit that used to tune in, and we used to talk a lot about a lot of stuff up there, man. That was fun. Of course, you could tell who's serious with stuff when they start fading away. You know what I'm saying?
I see that already.
And then they start fading away and stuff, and you're the only one still taking it serious, man. So people stop coming to the joint, like okay. But then like I end up DJing at the alley of the street,
legendary spot in the 757 for those who don't know.
And DJ Kari he's on 103 Jams. Okay. He was DJing at the alley on Friday. I think it was called like Brown Sugar Fridays at one time. That shit was crazy. And I used to come up there and open up for him. And then one day he heard me DJ and shit. He was like, yeah, you all right, bro? I mean, I knew who he was. I went on the radio because I was like, yeah, I'm about to DJ for this nigga. I'm about to go crazy. Yeah. So I rocked that shit. Open up for me like, yeah, you pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. And then Fonts used to come in there too. DJ Fonts, he used to talk on the mic for him. And Big B used to be on the mic too. So pretty much everybody from 103 Jams was in the building doing something or swapping out a night. You know what I mean? Jack Spade was in there on a Friday and shit. It was shit. At the alley. Yeah. This is when the alley was the alley, when that gave it his name for real. Yeah. But he was in there. He was like, yeah, man, my girl, is looking for a DJ for a show. I ain't know what the fuck he was talking about.
After your set?
Yeah, right after my set. Yeah, you trying to DJ on the radio? I'm like, yeah. The fuck? Yeah. I'm like, he's like, yeah, my girl is looking for a DJ for her morning show and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll get your info and stuff like that. All right, cool. So then I didn't know what station he was talking about. He was talking about Hot 91 at Nova State. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go up there and then it's like a whole thing. We got a little orientation and stuff like that. And We did a little mix and stuff. I think it was like a DJ competition kind of. They kind of set it up as, but like
it was other DJs there.
Yeah, there was other DJs. I really can't remember. I think it was a DJ contest, but like I didn't think nothing. I just gave them a mix, and then I don't know actually how I actually got on that radio, bro. But that shit's crazy. Now I think of it, it just happened. So I was on the morning show with them. The Hot Morning Show. It was me, Jazzway, and Sean G, and damn, this is other. I forgot his name, man. That's my homie though. Then they had a production crew and everything, so we went in there. I really didn't do nothing but mix, and then like talk a little bit. And then come in the next day, do the same thing, mix. DC, what's up? Yo, what's up, man? Y'all can download this mix such and such here. And that's it. I ain't say shit. And then I start getting a little comfortable and start like talking, like really talking to this shit. Like they were like, yo, you should really, you should talk. Like you should be here with us during the show. I'm like, all right. So then they start putting me in topics and shit like that. And I got more comfortable talking on the mic because I was nervous as shit because I'm talking to a whole bunch of people driving and stuff. Yeah. So
watch out.
I got to watch my mouth, the way I talk too. I had to like change my tone and stuff, enunciate my words.
You like building your on-air personality.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And they was with it, and then eventually like niggas wanted to hear I was on social media. They didn't understand that shit at the time. This is when Twitter was like one of the main things. So I'm like tweeting and using hashtags, killing shit, trending on the joint. Yeah, my shit was like trending. Like every time we went on air, my shit would trend. Every time.
So you actually pivoted.
Hot 91 would trend. I think I still got the pictures.
Oh wait, so
this
is Hot 90. This wasn't 103 James.
No, this was Hot 91 at the time.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm still building my way up. You know what I'm saying? From Hot 91, and then the station ended up goes down because like a hurricane or something comes through.
That's probably Isabel.
I think it was. Yeah, it was a bad one. The whole shit went out for like prior to like the next year. So then Jazzway's done with it. Everybody's done. We built that shit. It was getting stronger and stronger. Then boom. The station already had a problem already because it kept going out. That's why a lot of people weren't fucking with it. So we were kind of building from there.
I feel like it's who is it now? Is it 91 or I think it's 87.7. I feel like they sometimes go out.
Yeah, that's it's like they probably had their gave them their satellite. That's crazy, but yeah,
these stations actually have a fucking satellite.
Yeah, they have their own satellites. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy how technology is.
Yeah, so
I know you'd be interested in that shit. You probably want to see some shit like that. As an electrician. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
So how long were you? How long did that morning show last? How long were you a part of that?
That lasted a good year, man. A good year, and then after that, I always had ideas of a show, and I'm saying like, yo, we should do this, and we should play a game on the show. You know what I mean, but like, it wasn't really my show, so I really didn't have no say so. But I'll give ideas, but like. Nobody would do them, but so then I was like, man, I'm telling you, if I get my own show, I'm gonna have this shit booming. So then that shit cut off, and then Doug Perry, he was the PD at the station at the time. He was like, all right, I need somebody for the afternoon. I was like, I'll do it. I mean, which is 2 to 6 at a time.
Is that like prime time?
Yeah, 2 to 6 is prime time. But I was doing the morning show for a while because they were still trying to figure some things out because the station just came back on. Then I was like, I brought Tisha D. I seen her. She was on the
91.
No, the internet radio with me.
Okay.
She was on the internet radio with me, and then she ended up. I brought her on Hot 91 with me. You know what I mean, from the internet radio. Now she's on the radio with me now because I needed I definitely needed a female, voice in there with me, especially like topics about like relationships and all that stuff. And I think Basketball Wives was really popping at the time.
Talk on the radio.
Yeah. That we were there, like in there every day. You know what I mean? I didn't want to talk about those things because those were the things that were really popular, like the Basketball Wives and all the ratchet shows and stuff like that. I didn't give a damn about that shit, but that was like one of the main things people were talking about. So I like, I need somebody like her to talk about that shit, and I'll add my 2 cents. Yeah. So we were on at 10 to 2 one time, and then Doug finally got everything together, got everything right, and then I was on from the primetime hour 2 to 6. It was called the afternoon drive. That's what took the shit off right there. You know what I'm saying? Because during that time, 2 to 6, there's traffic. Everybody's in the car going somewhere from 2 to 6. You know what I mean? So that was like one of the strongest times. So I had my show together. I knew what I was talking about. And I had the game. This is how you know this shit was popping. When I had a game and I had no giveaways. It was just a game on the air and people wanted to play that shit just for shout outs. Yeah. That shit is crazy. And I was like, man, if I could do that shit on 103 and we had giveaways, like, you know how fucking powerful that shit would be. So, but before then, I always wanted to do it. I wanted to do it on the morning show, so I ended up doing it there, and that shit, like, took the fuck off. It went crazy.
Were you in tune with, like, the analytics of 91, that show at the time? Like, how many people are tuning in and all
yes, that? That's, like, we broke records there. Like, we took, this is exactly what happened. It's called shares. It's like how many, shares you get an hour, and like we were getting like I think like 2.0, which is low as hell. Like 103 Jams gets like 14 shares.
What is it? What is a share? What does that
share mean? Is pretty much the numbers you get for. It's pretty much it's like a pie. It's kind of a pie. We get 14 shares in our demographic and everything. It's I got to show you the paperwork so you can see it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
like how many? Like I guess does it correlate to how many people are listening?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So 20 of this area that we're in, the 757, and our satellite only reached out to like probably barely here, Hot 91, and then like to the beach, and that's it. Didn't get no Carolina listeners, nothing. 103 Jams spread out everywhere. I mean, you could hear that shit in Elizabeth City, Williamsburg, everywhere.
They had a better satellite?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And this is a college station, so we don't have shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting 2 shares. That's our normal. Maybe 1 share. You know what I'm saying? 103 Jams is getting 14 shares, 13, which is like the top. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's fucking with that.
Is that who y'all compete with at the time? Or
is there
that's just competition for y'all?
There ain't no competition for 103 at all out here, except 95.7 The Beat. That's the R&B station.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess like for you guys, was there other local like smaller competition that was more in your range?
Nah, hell no. For us, it was just us and 103 was playing hip hop and R&B. Okay. Yeah. That was just us. So we're getting like 2 shares, and then like Z104. Yeah, they were trying to tap in with the hip hop. I don't know. At one time, they were start playing like a lot of hip hop, trying to tap in with that different because their numbers were shitty.
That's kind of what I came out listening to.
Yeah, their numbers were shitty. They were playing a lot more hip hop than they were like top 40 records. So they were kind of dipping what we had going on and stuff like that. So we were getting 2 shares at one time. When I was on, me and Tisha D, we were getting at least 5 shares. 5 or 4 shares. That's a fucking lot. From 2 to like 6 and 5, that's a lot. Yeah. That's a big jump. That's a lot. So that means if you're getting 6, I'm taking from their shares. So they're coming down to like 13 and 14 and shit. So when they see that shit, they be like, yo, what the fuck?
Who the fuck are they?
They look at that shit like, yo, what the fuck? Who's on this shit? Who's doing this? Of course, they knew who the fuck it was. You know what I mean? I was killing their ass.
And who was running 103 at the time? Were you guys like younger, more like close to the youth? Like, what was the...
I think this lady was running it. I forgot her name, man. She left soon as I got there, but I think she runs something like Radio 1 now, I believe. But she was there, and then after her, Fonts was running it after her. Yeah. And then once Fonts got in control, he knew who the fuck was, I mean, because remember, I DJed with him in the alley. He knew who the fuck was bringing those numbers down. So then I got the call. They called me like, yo, how's everything over there? I'm like, yeah, because I've been trying to get into him. I've been sending emails and stuff, no one's responding to me. But he ended up calling me like, yeah, we on separate meeting and stuff. So, all right, cool. Went over there. But soon as he called me, literally, soon as he called me, guess what? The station went down again.
91.
Yep. Right on time.
So you're like, man, was there a part of you like, I don't want to leave 91?
No, I wanted to leave because I knew that shit was going to happen again. It's been going, like, people, that shit used to come on and come off. They used to like clown that shit on social media so bad, like the ghetto station, the shit, they ain't pay their bills.
I can see it now.
Yeah, so I'm like, right yeah. And then when it came back, everybody like, oh, Hot 91's back. Man, they ain't pay their bills. Man, that shit gonna go off again. And then it did. But yeah, as soon as that shit went off, I got that call. I was like, yeah, I'm gone, man. Fuck that.
And
on top of that, I was doing this shit free. I wasn't getting paid for it.
Oh, wait, the whole time
bro.
You never were getting paid for it?
No, Hot 91, no, I ain't get paid.
That's understandable.
So then now I'm getting paid for that shit now. I'm doing something that I did for fun. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is.
And how many times a week were you doing the 91?
I was Monday through Friday.
Okay, so every day.
Monday through Friday, 5 days a week.
And I always wanted to ask too, since I got somebody that's on the fucking radio here. Be honest. Do all the radio stations click up and play commercials at the same time? Because it seemed a little odd. Like, why is a commercial at every station?
It's a clock, bro. It's a clock. We're playing for the hour, bro. Know what I'm saying? So we know what time people tune in, tune out. It takes 15 minutes for people to get from here to destination. That's like the most.
Do you try to play the commercial when the most people are tuning in, or?
No, it's just numbers, bro. Everybody knows the numbers. Like every station knows they see what time everybody cuts off their car and all that stuff. All that stuff is monetized, bro. Like they have meters in all the cars and everything. That's what the satellites do.
Wait, say that. Whoa. Say that one more time.
They have satellites. That's what the satellites do. It can pick up when you're changing the station. Like for example, we play. I'll give you an example. We play J. Cole "Cricket Smile" 1,000,000 fucking times. But guess what? If you don't like the song, all you gotta do is change it. They'll notice and be like, yeah, let's take that song off rotation because people are not fucking with it. They see all that shit, bro.
Wow.
Just like they say, like you're playing like Pandora and you skip a song, they track how many people skip the fucking song. They're like, yeah, let's take this shit off. It ain't moving.
That's interesting. Do you see a future where, because you know how now like social media, our feeds are tailor made to us and what we like with the algorithms. Do you see the radio ever kind of doing tailor made?
It's already like that, bro.
Really?
It's already like that.
How is it like that?
Like it. For example, like I just told you, like
so, I mean, but me and her driving in our cars at the same time, we're hearing the same thing on the radio on the same station. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and guess what? Y'all are hearing that shit, but when you got kids, for example, we're playing J. Cole "Crooked Smile." You're driving, and you hear your 5-year-old singing their heart out because they know the song, and they're driving. That's all they singing it together. You're not gonna change that song while they're listening to it. You know what I mean? Especially if you like the song. If you like the song, if you really can't stand the song, you're gonna change it.
No. I mean, maybe you misunderstood. Maybe I mean, like, okay, so let's say you guys have analytics of each car that's for each radio that's changing it. You build a profile on what that person likes. So literally, so we'd hear different songs on the radio.
For each car.
Time, you know what I'm saying?
Nah. The apps will do that. Yeah, the radio won't do that. I mean, it kind of already does.
Yeah.
Like the iHeartRadio app and stuff. It kind of already. Yeah. That app does, but not the radio. I don't think the radio would do that now. We just play what the numbers, the numbers are
also,
doing.
So you touched on like building an on-air personality. What was that like in the beginning? And was there people in the beginning, like random people, like seeing you in the street or something, like, yo, I heard you, I like what you said, or was that stuff going on?
As far as like
early on, like at Hot 91, you talking about like started talking and like building your on-air personality, like.
Yeah, girls.
Like, what was that like? You know what I'm saying?
Girls used to come up, oh my God, I love you so much. Because like, I guess Tisha, she'll have topics and stuff. And that's when like my real personality would come out because I took exactly how I feel about it and shit. And girls was fucking with it. You know what I mean? Especially when it was a whole bunch of stuff going on when we were on. Like everything was really about the artists and what they had going on behind their business. Because the Breakfast Club, that's when they were real raunchy. They was going in on everybody.
Okay, so the Breakfast Club was already out at this time.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club was going on, and yeah, they were like wild that time. Like that's when Charlamagne was really wild. He used to almost be beefing with people and stuff just because of stuff he said on air.
I remember. I've been tapping into them.
Yeah, and that was going on around that time. So she used to talk about it, and I used to get my honest opinion about it, and the people used to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So they used to come to me, especially during Brain Fart. Like I go to the barbershop, like, yo, man, I can't believe that dude didn't know 5 HBCUs. He didn't know what an HBCU was.
Oh, y'all asking people questions like that?
Yeah, like
that's what they doing now on social media.
That's that. You know I do. Saying? It's called Brain Fart, where I give them like 15 seconds to answer the question. Like, yeah, 5 seconds to name me 5 types of water. They were like Deer Park, Smart Water,
like Dirty Water.
Damn,
with no prize,
I know,
though.
but you know it. But like, you got to hear the click in your ear and everything, so it fucks with you.
Yeah.
And some people get it, some people don't. That's what makes it fun. But at the same time, if you're hearing somebody else do it, somebody screaming at the radio like, bro, like, how do you not know that shit? Like, it makes people riled up. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
People are really dumb, but they're playing along with me, even though they're not fucking. There's only one person on the air. I mean, on the call. Yeah. And that's what it's a theater of the mind, yo. That shit is fucking lit as shit.
Theater of the mind?
Yeah.
That's somebody was just talking about that too. Like Adam Curry. He was like Adam Curry is the guy who originally he had the first podcast ever in history, like type shit in like the early 2000s. And he was like, so he still has it to this day. And he was like, he doesn't do video because he likes to, I think he actually used those same words. He likes to allow people to use their, I think it's theater of the mind, kind of their imagination towards when you just by hearing his voice and stuff like that. But I was going to ask you too. So 103 Jams hit you. You said, was it Jack Spades that hit you to come over?
No, Fonz was the PD at the time. So we ended up coming over there, and Derek was the marketing president. So we ended up going in his office. And then he was like, yeah, how would you like to do radio and actually get paid for it? That sold me automatic. Like, man, I already knew I wanted to come here. So I was like, yeah, let's do it.
How old were you at this time?
I think I was 5 years ago. So I was probably like 23, 24, one of them. Yeah, 23, 24. And then, yeah, from there...
Hot 91 went down again on your way out?
Yeah, it went down. So, and then I switched. And then when I made an announcement, it was like, oh, shit. I mean, then ever since there, it's been up since there. For real.
Yeah.
I was going hard for Hot 91 too, man. I used to take some of their banners and be at the cave and stuff and post. I used to post like banners all around the cave in the bathroom and stuff, Hot 91 in front of the booth and shit. I used to go hard for this shit, yo.
Did your friend, you said Tisha?
Yeah.
Stay there? Continue doing it when you left?
No, I think she tried to do her own thing, but she ended up doing her career, man, what she was actually going to school for while we were on air, man. She was actually going to ODU, and I'm super proud of her, man. She's got a child and everything. And the crazy thing is, yo, what I think is really true, because one of her people who used to listen to us all the time had a crush on her, and they end up getting married. That shit's crazy.
Wow,
that's what I think, though. I gotta ask him.
He fell in love with her.
Because I remember we got booked to do this party. And I seen him in there, and he was like messing with her. And I'm saying, I'm like, damn, they end up getting married. That shit's crazy. I gotta ask him about that too.
Hard.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. Salute to her though. That's my dog, man, for life.
So what did it feel like, man? Just from fucking 10th grade, burning the CDs, selling them, to finally getting paid like for this. Like, what did that feel like, man?
It felt good. I mean, I accomplished my goal, but like I still ain't reached my peak yet. I still feel like I haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like we forever feel like that, though.
Yeah, I haven't reached my full potential yet. What I really can do and what I can do at the station yet, because I'm still kind of... I was handcuffed. I really couldn't do nothing because I definitely was trying to pitch them the social media thing earlier. Like, yo, why the fuck we don't have a YouTube page? Why the fuck our Instagram following is not fucking booming right now?
You guys now have a YouTube page?
Yeah, no, we about to start, exactly.
Oh, wow.
I'm about to start one... Well, as soon as we can get people in the damn building. But TikTok, why we ain't got TikTok? We should be on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? Our Facebook and Twitter is the only thing that's popping. And pretty much Dominic the Diva did that pretty much when she was here. She built that shit up herself pretty much.
Isn't the Breakfast Club on the same station as y'all?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's syndicated.
What does that mean?
That means like you can say you're doing a show now, and you'll be in like 5 different markets. So you'll be heard on 105.3 The Beat in Norfolk, 95.7 AM. It's still all iHeart radio stations, but you're syndicated in different markets. So you'll be heard at the same time, all in the East Coast and Florida, DC, New York, Philly, and maybe Kentucky somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you guys syndicated too?
No, we're not, but the Breakfast Club is.
Okay.
I think it's gonna end up being. It's kind of like it's kind of like satellite radio for them. You know what I'm saying? They're heard everywhere in different markets. Yeah. But they're heard if you got the iHeartRadio app, you can listen to them pretty much wherever on that app.
Yeah.
Much, yeah. So.
When did
But that syndication is strong though, because you're touching a whole lot of different people.
Yeah. So yeah, you on the radio, you getting paid for it. How did? Because I seen you have an Amazon business too.
Yeah.
What is that like? How does that work? How did that come about? How'd you get into that?
All right. So when I was on the radio, I was doing a night at the Cave. Sundays, that was like the popping night out there. Like we started that joint. It was free at one time. We built that up. And I did it. I was there when I was on Hot 91, so I would say for both stations, like we built that joint up, and that's like we built a lot of memories for people in there. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, and when I was doing that, I ain't spent a dime of that money. You know what I'm saying? I just saved it. And that was only like for one night. You know what I'm saying? That Sunday. I worked all week, and that Sunday money, I ain't touch it. So I built it up, and I was like, damn, eventually I wanted to buy a club. Because the way that club was going, you could feel it. It was at its peak. You could feel it like creeping down. People were getting older.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think he's not putting nothing new in here. Everything is still old as shit. He's not putting no money into it. I'm like, he's probably going to sell this shit. So I'm going to try to buy it from him.
And you talking about the Cave in Virginia Beach, right?
Yeah, Virginia Beach.
Okay, yeah.
So I wanted to buy it eventually. So then it came to a point that shit started dying down. And he was like, yeah, I think I might try to sell it. Like, yo, I'll buy it from you. You know what I mean? Bring me a price. Of course, he gave me the bogus price ever. So
you might have said like $5 million.
The bogus price ever, yo. And I'm like, damn, I made you like all this money. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him ride on his bike with fucking 60 racks in one night. Going to his house on his bike, yeah.
Motorcycle or?
Motorcycle bike.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, he had a rig.
Like, bro, like on one night, you know what I mean? I'm like, all this money, and I was pretty much getting pennies from the joint, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you really gonna try to sell me this joint for this much? Like, get out of here with that shit. It was so bogus that he dropped it down at least 75% of what he told me.
The price?
Yes. And I still wouldn't buy it because I got some real contracting people who, like, I'm not a dumbass, you know what I mean, when it comes to this house shit. It's pretty much a house, you know what I mean? Because I flipped before too. So I'm like, I got contractors can come in here and see what's wrong with this motherfucker. And they seen so much shit. Like, bro, like, there's a whole rat infestation up on top of the building, in the attic. The shit has been flooded out before. There's water damage. The shit is in the worst. The sewer back up. And that's
should need a whole remodel.
A whole remodel. The shit got to be knocked out and dug up. Like the pipes and shit. It's so fucking bad. And I'm like, bro, like that's gonna be like 20 times what the fuck he charged me to get fixed, yo. Especially on the beach. And you gotta get all those permits and shit on the strip to get all that shit. That shit's gonna take forever. And thank God I didn't end up buying it, because as soon as I was trying to buy it, COVID hit and everything got shut the fuck down. And I was like, yeah. No, they knocked that bitch down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thinking about buying a lot of stuff out there. I didn't know what to do with it. I saved it. I wanted to invest in something. So then COVID hit. Stopped DJing and shit. I'm like, fuck. What the fuck I'm going to do? You know what I'm saying? I got to think of something to do. So
and you're not on the radio at that time?
I'm still on the radio.
During COVID, okay.
During COVID. I'm still doing radio, but radio's changing. Like, we can do this shit at the crib now. Some more shit. They give us, like, this technology that we can do everything at home now. This shit is crazy. I don't like that shit. But it's convenient sometimes. But, so, I end up going with this company with Amazon, right, called Jim Blue. I was like, fuck it. I need some money. I need to figure out something. So then I going with a company, learning how that whole Amazon thing would work. I was there with them for like, I'll say like 8 months, 7 months maybe.
What were you doing for them?
I was delivering, bro.
Okay.
I was delivering, trying to figure this shit out because it wasn't no fucking work. I mean, niggas just trying to figure out hustle. I'm like, damn, what the fuck I'm gonna do? So I'm sitting there in the truck trying to figure something out. What the fuck I'm gonna do with this money I saved up with the junk? So
were you basically being an employee for the business you have that you're owner of now?
No, I was employed for a different company.
But like doing the same thing?
No. Okay. I run this one.
That's what I'm saying. Now. But like, was it the same type of business that you own?
Yeah, the same one. Yeah. So I
learned the game there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I learned all the stuff they did wrong and stuff I didn't like they were doing. I even asked the owner like, "Yo, what do you need to start this business?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot." You know, not even that. They give me all the bad stuff. Like, yeah, it's this, is this.
That's something you need to know though.
I'm like, okay, but I never listen to anybody when they tell me something. I mean, they'll tell me this and I'll go look it up.
Yeah, for sure.
The stuff I wanted to hear, I'll look at. Just like my DJ equipment, I ask them for advice. They give it to me, they give me some type of lead, and I go do the research myself and figure out exactly what I need. But I looked at it, shit like, cool. So I went online, looked at it like, damn. So you need this much to start. I got this much. They got a lot of people. They got a lot of people. They got a lot of people working. So somebody's doing this. Somebody's doing fleet work. Somebody's doing the administration work. Somebody's doing HR. You got a whole bunch of dispatch. All that shit needs people you need to fucking trust. Pretty much, like you gotta have some people to trust. So we end up getting my family involved.
Oh, because it's a family business. So
yeah, I end up getting my family involved, and it's been up ever since there. Man, we end up getting. Like getting a DSP there is like the fucking lottery, bro.
Wait, so
it's hard to get in that motherfucker.
What do you actually do? Are you is it a fulfillment center?
No, it's a distribution partner.
How does that work? Like
pretty much the fulfillment center. The fulfillment center. Say if she's selling hair or something like that, right? She'll bring it to the fulfillment center for Amazon to ship it out
to the customer.
Say she has like a hair product on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
So she'll put it up there. She'll have like, her reviews up there and stuff like that. And somebody like, yeah, I'll order 2. So pretty much say our hair's in here. She gets someone on her phone. Yeah, such and such from Hawaii wants to buy 2 things. So she'll package it up. Her packaging, and then she'll bring it to Amazon, and Amazon will package it up, send it to the warehouse. Goes into the warehouse and it gets sorted for somebody's route, whoever is delivering. Where I say Wyoming, where I say Kentucky, wherever, Hawaii, whatever, and then they'll put it on somebody's route who has a DSB who's delivering in that area, put it in that route, and then they'll put it on the Amazon truck, and then they'll ship it they'll drop it off at that front house. It's like a whole chain, bro.
So the fulfillment center gets it to you guys, or you guys get it to the fulfillment center?
The fulfillment center gets it to the warehouse. Okay. And the warehouse gives it to the drivers, and the drivers deliver it.
Are you the warehouse, or what are you?
I'm the DSP. I control the drivers. Like we're the distribution partner people.
Oh, so they're just the drivers.
Yeah.
You go to these places to get it. Okay.
Yeah, we pick
There's no actually product at your spot.
Hell no. Okay. No. We don't do no. We just deliver the packages that come in from the warehouse. That's it.
Yeah. And you got like 100 employees, right? Or like
during peak we had over 100 employees. Yeah. During peak season.
What is what are some things you learned just like running that's kind of like a big business like running?
Yeah, this is legit.
You said like
this is like some real shit. Bro.
You said like it's hard to find. You always hear it's hard to find good people. Like
it is. It is hard. It is hard, but any job like I kept mentioning McDonald's, like you don't use that as a stepping stone to do better things. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that working there because there's been a lot of guys who were in college that were there just until they graduated. They use it as a stepping stone to start their business. They saw how we were running the shit, you know what I'm saying? And they're going off and going to try to start their own shit. There's a couple people who graduated like from ODU and stuff that in Norfolk State that were working with me, and they end up doing, other things with their business degree that they were working on to do. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the things I learned. They're not going to be there forever. Know what I'm saying? And I understand, that's what I understand now is like, it's a stepping stone to do other things.
Everything's a stepping stone.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I've thought about that too, bro. Just like these big, like Walmart, whatever, a hospital, like any type of business where there's literally like hundreds or thousands of people, like just how crazy it is to be able to get everybody on one page to like accomplish a goal. Or like just imagine like fucking building a spaceship. How many people are got to be on the same page and like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you go down, we could break it down to anything, like a big venue, all the security guards that have to be on the same page to hold that down the right way. And like, that's just crazy to me. Like that I guess that's what it's about us humans too, but that's why we got so far, because our ability to work together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. This whole shit is like, the whole Amazon thing is like it's a machine, bro. But it's like a machine. I'll say it's like a plane being built in the air, though.
A plane.
It's like a plane being built in the air, man. They're coming up with different things while the shit is still running. While it's still running, like they're implementing rules and adding new technology as it's still running. I mean, for example, like the apps and stuff like that, they're updating stuff. They're doing a lot more things to help the drivers. They're adding, hey, okay, so let's write this ticket, and all your vans have to have cameras in them. So we got to pretty much have a deadline to get all that shit in and all that. It's like, it's crazy, bro. It's just some, like, I literally have to check my email, like, all day, because they continue sending crazy shit. Like, for example, I'm about to get some box trucks, but they're not box trucks. They're electric box trucks that don't run off. They run off electric, and it's good for the fucking environment. And they don't look like the typical, you know, like a
Mercedes
UPS
van or something.
No, UPS box truck.
Okay.
They have Amazon ones like that too.
Okay.
You barely see them, but they have them.
Is it true? I heard. Is it FedEx? It might be UPS. Does Amazon do this too? I heard it. I think it's UPS that they build all their own trucks and destroy them when they're done with them, so nobody can have their trucks. Have you heard this?
No, I ain't heard that before, because it's Ford. It's all through Ford and Sprint and not Sprint, and Mercedes.
Yeah. Also, while I'm thinking about it, have you? I kind of don't like this. What are your thoughts on this? I don't know if you've noticed. I think it's because with the pandemic and everything, everybody's been inside. Everybody's ordering more shit offline, but they're hiring they're hiring people that are delivering packages to people's houses in regular cars and like unmarked trucks. Have you seen this? Yeah, I don't really like that, because I feel like that's kind of like somebody else you can get accustomed to seeing random cars, and then it could be a random car on some shit that comes up.
Yeah, they're called flex drivers.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's cool. It helps with us. It helps y'all get y'all shit faster.
But do you think that they should be marked in some way?
They're supposed to. They're supposed to have Amazon vests. They are, but not their cars.
Everybody I've seen, because I remember the first time I seen it. My bad to cut you off. I seen a dude. I was like, "Yo, who are you?" I was like, "What are you doing? Like, who are you?" He was like, "I'm just delivering the package." I was like, "What? It's an unmarked car." Like,
yeah, I think they need to work on getting people. It don't cost much to get a sticker to put on the side of their car while they're delivering. Same thing with Domino's. Like, they drive their cars, but they have the thing on top that says Domino's on their trunk. I mean, so they need to work on that though, for sure. Because I've seen them load up. People will be driving their Jaguars, delivering in their Hellcats and stuff like that.
I see on that.
I've seen it. Trust me, I've seen it, bro. They deliver in.
People are looking fly as shit. Like,
no, they stuff them shits in there, man. But I mean, it's good money, but it's kind of dangerous, like you said. I'm saying, delivering your own shit, and then it'd be the spots where you don't even think that they get packages way back here in the fucking. I didn't even know it was a house back here. Like one of them dirt roads. Like there's this. This is crazy, bro.
Actually, I was thinking it could be dangerous for the homeowner, but it could be dangerous for the driver.
Oh
too.
Yeah, it's definitely dangerous for the driver. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's on them if they want to take their time on their route.
Definitely.
Instead of getting this shit done.
Yeah. And I like how you said how the market is evolving as it's going. And it's like, it's crazy because it's just because I feel like the world is evolving and it's like at a faster pace. The world keeps changing so fast. And it's like, I don't know if I'm 26, so I don't know how things were always, but it's like, I feel like damn near all businesses are now like connected to like society. And they're like changing with society at like a weird rate. It's like, I don't know, like what's happening
it's
here.
making everybody lazy. That's what it is. It's making so you don't have to do shit, and everything will come to you. So where the point is that you won't have to drive. Only people who's driving is people who's getting paid to drive. To that point, I mean, and it's getting connected to what people want. I mean, people want fast. They want their shit. But I mean, it is what it is. It's just you just gotta adapt. I mean, I agree.
Yeah. Do you see artificial intelligence phasing out drivers.
Yeah, bro. I see. You see what's happening. Going back to McDonald's, bro. Have you seen like you can actually order your stuff just by pushing the button?
Yeah, I don't even go to McDonald's anymore. But
yeah, I'm just saying like
that,
it's fast food. Anywhere fast food, like anywhere you can order a drink just pushing the button. You can. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some type of probably like 3 people working at McDonald's at one time. Like you don't even have to use. You don't even need anybody to register no more. Yeah. Like you can just Apple Pay it, like, and it gives you your change, whatever it is. You can give direct exact amount of money that they want. You don't have nobody. You don't need nobody to count the shit except look at the numbers. That's it.
Yeah.
So the cashier job is done. Let them find out how to flip the patties and shit. It's a fucking wrap. Or drop fries and shit. And like that shit is a wrap, bro.
Yeah.
You just need somebody to make sure that shit run right.
Yeah. Damn. We gonna see where this shit goes, man. We gonna see where it goes. We about an hour in, man. Too. Yeah. I know you said you got to leave at 9, so I don't want. It's 9 o'clock right now. Oh, yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. I appreciate you for stopping by, man. Do you have anything you want to leave the people with? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Just if you like doing something, man, eventually, if you like it enough, you'll find a way to make money off it. Know what I mean? Stick with whatever you want to do. Just fucking do it. Don't fucking think about it. Just fucking do it, man. Especially if it's like for example, this podcast, something like that. Like you wanted to do this shit, you end up building this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you really want to do it. If you didn't want to do this shit, you wouldn't have built this shit, bro. Because this is like, I mean, I know it's a spot though, but
it takes some time.
This shit is fucking lit. I mean, I would love to fucking build one of these shits.
Like I said, if you need some help, I'm an electrician. Like, how I can help,
for sure, man. I might have to holler at you, man, because this shit hard. I have to build me something in my garage.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. I feel like that's a fire spot to leave it, man. If you wanna do something, man, bad enough, you're gonna find a way. It's gonna make sense eventually, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, you need me for anything, just holler at me, man. I got you.
For sure. Yeah, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Once again, bro, thank you for stopping by. DJ DC's links will be in the description. Definitely check him out. He might be. Are you available to book for people?
Yeah, just holler at me, man. Instagram at DJDC757 is holler at me. Of course, it's a price tag.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
have your money right.
That's it.
Bro's link will be in the description.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I got you.
Thank you guys, man. Like I always say, fuck with an artist from the 757, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Word.
Oh, yeah.